name Wai, and not in the real name, but the name Wai. Anybody heard about Wai? What Wai means? A small part of Ethereum, if you divide that, that's called a Wai. So we will talk about that later, but that is coming from Wai that invented the B-money. In 2001, BitTorrent was released, and then maybe you're asking from, okay, what does have BitTorrent to do with Ethereum? Can anybody tell me why I have put BitTorrent in there?
It's a decentralized network.
It is decentralized indeed, yeah.
Distributed hash tables.
Yeah, indeed. So it was one of the first peer-to-peer connections, and it was making use of a kind of blockchain protocol. And then in 2005, the reusable proofs of work, and this has been developed by the same Wai that has created the concept B-money, and this is a concept that we will go later into also, and that is to bring a consensus over the network. So if I give everybody here in the room a ledger or a notepad with information in it, and with a proof of work algorithm, you can make sure that the information in every notebook that I've given out is exactly the same. And the concept in doing that is what we call proof of work. 2009, Bitcoin, and I think everybody here will be aware of that. And then in 2014, Ethereum has been released, and the present was the current state of Ethereum, and maybe Debs will not tell you much at the moment, but you can already see from the name, and Deb is an app, is an application. At the moment there are over 200 available, and in the whole Ethereum network there are over 4,000 nodes at this moment active. Currently, why it is using the same ideology of, for example, BitTorrent. So if you have two clients, two users, they connect directly to each other. Why do we still have here not a mesh network, but why is it decentralized? Could anybody tell me that? Why?
Internet service providers or something?
Yeah, indeed. And currently most people are still reliant on their internet connection that they get from Virgin or from Aircom. With the Cork meshnet, you could set it up that you don't need any providers at all. The whole network is maintained by users. But currently it looks like this.
How's the signal shared? Like what, you get your internet through phone line. How does the mesh network work?
The mesh network, that is something that is very close to Ethereum, but is a completely separate project. In the current mesh network, they are using IPFS, IP Federating Services. Is not ideal system, and because of that, Ethereum has created a completely new protocol that is a lot more optimized for small packages, for amounts of data.
But how is the information transferred? What actual physical
Wireless.
wireless?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, indeed. And
Like Bluetooth, is it something like that?
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But you need to be in the system, so won't you? Wi-Fi system.
Sorry.
Or you need to be in. Oh, you have the Wi-Fi in your house or something like that.
Indeed, yeah, yeah.
Right.
And what you could think of that is current. It is available. You could do it already, but what a complete meshnet is that you would have like the Wi-Fi box that you have at home.
Yeah.
Your neighbors have one.
Yeah.
And then people next to it have one, but you don't have any cables to the other people or
Yeah.
to your provider. They just connect to each
Yeah.
other.
then
And that way you can send messages. It's just like giving through a paper. I give you a paper and I ask you pass it around to Graham. And that's the same way that it works. You can also incentivize this, but then I am going ahead quite a bit in the presentation.
Did you say there a while ago you can buy something for your computer that gives 4 or 5 kilometer range?
40-50 kilometers, yeah.
You just
So
buy something, what's it called?
that is an Ubiquiti access point. Yeah. Ubiquiti is the manufacturer.
Just before you go any further, I know this might sound a stupid question, but why try to do away with it? Why not just use it? Is this better for the future? Is it, is it?
Why? And there are many different things that you can think about then. You can think about privacy, you can think about
More private,
adoption. If you have those 4 points are your internet provider. You want to send a message from this person to that person. Your internet provider or anybody else that's granted access can always read the information that's between there. And with the new protocols that are being used, because it is based on the blockchain algorithm, it will not be readable. What can you do today with Ethereum? And DGX Global has launched their first crowd sale for gold-backed tokens. So they have DGX tokens, gold as they are called. And if you buy this token, and it has been backed up by DGX as a gold token, meaning that it has a real value and it will not change. This they raised 5.5 million in just a couple of hours.
Dollars?
And dollars, yeah, 5.5 dollars, yeah, sorry.
They're launching tomorrow.
The R3C EV, this is a research group that has been started by different organizations, and they do research to blockchain protocol. In December last year, they finished a successful test with the 11 banks that you see here on the screen, and they have been using for this blockchain test Ethereum. There are a lot more banks that are doing research into blockchain technologies, and there are a lot also different banks that do into Ethereum. But I think that those give a good impression of it. Since this test started, the R3CEV has a total of now 42 banks, and actually yesterday there was a new bank, not sure about the name, that joined them. So currently they are with 43 banks. The R3 consortium is also working together with Azure, so they are offering those banks a complete blockchain solution available as a service, meaning that those companies only have to log in to a portal online, and they can directly make use of the technology and develop their own systems on it.
And are they using it as such, or is it just available?
And that is something that we will go into
Excellent.
later, and also in later sessions. Okay, the future, what will it bring? It will be quite bright, I think, but what better ways than to just show a few examples of the possibilities that are there and what currently is being worked on. I love Pressy, seriously. Why didn't I make it in this?
You should have been on the Ethereum platform.
That's coming next.
This car is currently, we're working on with this company called Venco, by the way, as part of a project called Mobilic, to integrate the technology you just saw as part of those mobile vehicles. Why? Because the logical conclusion of the driving car is the self-renting car. This car, you can buy 4 or 5 of these things for the price of a brand new sedan. So it's affordable. And the idea is for people, communities, to buy these cars, deploy them in their neighborhoods, and have the cars work on their behalf. They're fully autonomous, they drive themselves, they're easy to repair because they have a modular design. Of course they will accept cryptocurrency, and users will only pay for the kilometers that they use. So you have a true Uber killer on your hands here.
The guy that is telling about it, this was actually a few weeks back in the Lift conference. He is the CEO from Slockit, and that is a startup and is focusing mainly on, for example, Airbnb type of locations. So that he wants to, he created a lock that you can put on the door, and based on the trust system and the consensus in the Ethereum blockchain, you can say from, okay, I want to rent it to this person, I don't want to rent it to that type of that person, and it will be completely automated. So you just arrive at the door, it will wirelessly communicate from, okay, is this person allowed in? We'll check on the blockchain, does this information match? And they let you in. Another thing that is currently could be on the market, but it's
Hi, we are
working
Blockcharge,
concept.
and we will pave the way for the future electrification of mobility in societies around the world. We are starting by revolutionizing charging of electric vehicles. In 2050, 66% of the world population will live in cities, but already today they are big polluted megacities. The growing number of gas-powered vehicles is destroying our cities. For this reason, several countries are committed to deliver on electric vehicle deployment targets, signaling their long-term commitment to vehicle electrification and improving quality of life. Putting all these countries together, we expect to see 24 million electric vehicles on the street by 2020. Yet, in 2016, the worldwide total number of electric vehicles is still well under 1 million. The current usage of electric vehicles is hampered by a lack of charging infrastructure, too many types of charging contracts, no interoperability, poor transparency, no simple contractless charging. Based on our research gathered from all over the world, we identified a huge need and market for an affordable and seamless charging infrastructure. We want to see a fuel electrification infrastructure which is flexible, secure and scalable, enabling sustainable mobility and logistics in large cities. And this is where Blockcharge comes in. Blockcharge is a blockchain-based peer-to-peer charging technology that consists of 3 main elements. First, the smart plug, the charging station of Blockcharge. The smart plug has a small but powerful computer chip inside, controlling who is authorized to use it. It's incredibly simple to install and is used like a normal plug. Second, the Blockcharge app. It authorizes the customer to use a smart plug with no middleman and visualizes the charging process. Third, the blockchain. A cryptographically secured, decentralized system that manages and records all of the payment and charging data. We use blockchain technology to build up a contractless payment system, providing a seamless user experience alongside a fully transparent and safe payment process to the customer. With a combination of these three main elements, we'll offer a fully automated, worldwide authentication, charging and billing solution with no middleman. Just look at how BlockCharge will revolutionize the way we use electric vehicles. With BlockCharge, you will no longer have to search for charging stations. BlockCharge will be everywhere where you'd expect a normal plug. No matter where you're driving, to the office, the mall, or the health club, simply connect your car to the smart plug and activate it using your app. Just one click and the fueling process starts. Your app negotiates the best price and manages the payment process automatically using blockchain technology. Everything is visualized transparently within the app. Our business model is simple: a one-time purchase of the smart plug and a microtransaction fee for each charging process. In the future, the combination of block charge and induction charging will be completely seamless. When standing at the traffic lights, your vehicle connects and authorizes itself to the inductive charge pole under the road. It negotiates the best price on your behalf, starts the charging process automatically, and completes the payment process seamlessly. Very soon, block charge technology will be used for any kind of vehicles, including drones. These drones will authorize themselves, recharge and pay automatically, flying away to deliver your precious goods. Block charge. The future will be decentralized.
And big players don't like this, of course. And with that reason, RWE is one of the biggest energy providers in Germany. Directly jumped on it, and they made some alterations on the original concept. But it's a good thing that they are working with this company and with Slocket, I think, and it's a good progress. Okay. What companies are currently having products or doing